Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as France in 1941, continuing our world conquest. And oh yeah, the chasing down of this poor Carlisle class light cruiser from England. And here we are in the battle. We've caught up to the light cruiser. The environmentals are fair. And we're about to open up with the Esperance de Deus main caliber guns. 2.2% out of the gate. That is not bad at all. I'll leave it at ×3 until we get a hit though. Ooh, maybe. Yep, there's our first hit. Pass-through hit on the aft belt. We have to get within 16 kilometers to switch to HE. Yeah, multiple are now firing. Not a lot of finesse in this battle, just chase them down. Might even be optimal to keep it on AP. Rudder damaged, flooding on the aft belt. I'll make it easier to catch up. Aft belt over penetration. And more flooding. And more flooding. Aft belt again. Looks like we have a 50%. On penetrations. Ooh, she's leaning. Main belt penetration. Oh yeah, that is not a good day for them. Down to 25 knots. Another into the aft belt. Section of the rear engine room are flooded now. Main belt penetration again towards the rear. Flooding not spilling over to the next compartment. Couple hits up forward. we are within range. A few more AP rounds, which we could keep it at that. There we go, flooding in the next compartment. And now they're high explosive shells. We're getting no ricochets, but not poking holes anymore. Although the high capacity rounds are doing quite a lot of damage just on their own. Alright. No more faffing about. With them opening fire, I don't want to give them too much chance. What's our range? Down to 8.2 kilometers. 3 floodings. The whole ship is lit up. So she is down now. There we go. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have 2 destroyers versus 2 destroyers. This looks, the Owen class must be pretty old. And we have the Daphne versus 2 Terrys. I think this is easily taken care of, even in a 1-on-2. And here we have the enemy destroyers, Terry class. A lot of torpedoes, couple dual turrets up forward, couple singles back aft. 16 kilometers away we have Heroine with 3, no, it is 4, but there's a mid-mount one. And the environmentals are poor. Our supporting one from Venezuela is not too far away. I assume our gunnery is better and more capable than the American destroyers. Oh, that's not what I want. I don't see the use. Might as well get up to full speed. We'll bring her about. Try to close in from an oblique. Looks like she's closing in rapidly. Holding steady at 8% accuracy. There we go. 12. Keep us moving as that cuts down the ability for them to hit us. A lot of over penetrations. Is that over penetrations with base fuse? Ooh, big hits. 4 belt, main belt penetrations. Let's steady up. Lay in the gunfire. Drop smoke. Torpedo detonation. Excellent. Yeah, she is not doing well. Nope, stay on her. There she goes. Now sinking. Get the torpedoes ready to fire. Do our S turn as we close in. There goes the torpedoes. Turn them off for the remainder. She's maneuvering hard. 2 hits. It's got to be ruining her. Oh yeah, she done. That opened her up front to back. They even... No damage dealt. Okay, fair enough. There we go, and then we have a convoy raid. Light cruiser to light cruiser with the ever-present Pensacola class and the Jules Michelet class. Brasque. This is the one I made just before the one I started mass producing, I believe. And a Gepard versus a Terry. Yeah, that's no contest. 40 knots, vice there 38. We'll get into it. First round's fired, right up there. The environmentals are good. The Brasque closes in. We'll give her a little bit of right rudder. Expose all 4 turrets. Or 5 turrets. Here we go, first strike. We'll keep it with just the 4. I forgot the X turret has an issue rotating far enough. Well, they retreat behind their smoke. There we go, partial pen. A lot of shells going downrange. Switching to the destroyer. Is that the destroyer? No, that's the cruiser. We were plinking away at the destroyer. Okay then. A lot of partial hits. It's not like these are highly penetrating rounds. What kind? High capacity HE? The rapid fire too. Yeah, let's switch. Oh, don't do that. You're going to decimate those poor transports. That's 2 transports down as we continue to circle the fleet. If they won't come out to us, we'll force them to come to defend the transports. And if that doesn't work, okay, we will have sunk the transports. That may lead us into a stern chase, though. How far away are they? Ooh, 17,000 damage. There's the light cruiser. Keep circling, but at 1 degree instead. What kind of armor are we looking at? 2 2 inches. 3, 4, 5 altogether. We can do that. Get a couple rounds before we dodge those torpedoes that we've picked up on hydrophones. Or those torpedoes are really slow. Or meant for our destroyer. Round 2. Is just as bad. Bring it. Torpedo launchers are traversing, but they've got a lot of degrees to transit through. Yep, we'll need to have tight turn, tight turn. Ooh, that was a tight one. Donk. What did they just passed through each other. How's the Brask doing? She has started to meander. Let's auto the guns. Cut an angle maybe there and switch back to the Andromeda that is in the thick of it. Yeah, those 4-inch can penetrate. The Worcester has not much armor. Switch to the Smith. Guns traversed. First fire. Second one, good chance. There we go. Got hits. A lot of hits. Start to traverse somewhat. Alright, hard turn. Brask is losing the angle. Goes something like there, and I don't mind them hitting the transports. But we gotta pay attention here. Torpedo detonation. Smith not looking good anymore. Cut in at an angle again. Switch back to the Andromeda. Smith is so highly on fire. Barbecue over there. All transports sunk. Torpedo detonation on what appeared to be the Worcester. Lots of flooding hits on both ships. Worcester is flooding all throughout. Smith is starting to flood forward, some back aft. Let's get a salvo off. Another salvo. One more. Oh, flash fire on the Worcester. They sink simultaneously. Not much damage. Looks like some fratricide. Just to be expected from the transports, they're not very good aim. And there we go. Eastern North America cleared up. Off south, we have a single light cruiser south of England. Light damage, none to ours. Out in the North Sea, we have sub on sub. Light damage to them. Off the coast of the Dominican Republic, sub on sub. They did manage to damage us, but we took out them. And then we have a US destroyer off the Dominican Republic, which we gave a nice bruising. Meanwhile, the Cook Islands we have conducted an invasion of. We over here because there are more. That is not one we can actually... I don't think we can invade Tonga. Tonga's independent. Let's find out. So many options. Borneo is only 5,000 tons. Do we have something near there? And which part of Borneo? This part of Borneo. Southeast Island. That's the... Oh yeah. We'd easily do that. Or we could do Timor, which we're already there. So let's go ahead and do that. Altogether, the British have 6 heavy cruisers, 5 light cruisers, 10 destroyers. The US has 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 8 destroyers, 8 and 3 subs each. So we have 381 subs, which is why I don't care when we lose a few. Power ratings not even comparable. Logistics starting to fade for the Brits quite significantly. The US still has decent logistics. People are very upset. Financially, we've got some tonnage free, but not a ton. I didn't mean to click on research. Yes, research is occurring. Doesn't really matter what it is nowadays. We have suspended. How big are they? Not terribly. think that puts all ships in construction again. Excellent. We have Northern Australia staked out. We have Tonga, but we can't really do much there. Any islands in the Eastern Pacific? And it looks like that is a no. So I think our Tonga group will head south to New Zealand. What is this? Single destroyer? Yeah, we'll keep the destroyer fleet there then. They will seek to engage the enemy. Meanwhile, over on the east coast, we have plenty of interdictors of all types and kinds. What kind of cruiser do we have here? The Sting. We have a Duchela still. That I might be willing to go ahead and just sell. 4 Jules Michelettes. Yeah, some of these we should probably just go ahead and scrap, but they're valuable tonnage for invasions. Alright, let's get the 4 Jules Michelettes underway. That'll be the Arabe, the Armorique, the Jules Michelette, the Barasque. I believe the rest are all Insignes except for the one Duchela. It's a nice little fast strike group. Ah, managed to get in there again. We'll leave it be for now. The battleships do need some repairs. Looks like we have our older group and then our newer group. Not that new, but somewhat. You can see the speeds involved. So that's our fast battleship design. This is our slow. Is that right? I don't think that is. Similar speeds, but I think the St. Louis were older. They might be the fast battleships. Regardless. And then we have the Magentas, the Flanders, and the Normandies. I don't know, we'll have to figure out how to arrange those two groups. I'm not going to get them underway right this moment. 4 destroyers, what do we have over here? Ooh, British heavy cruisers. Well, I think you make an excellent choice to close in there. And you'll make a good choice to check the Windward Passage. Or is it Leeward Passage? I forget which one's which. We've got this area blocked. What else do we have? What are you doing out here? Were you chasing this guy? You chase somebody else down? We've got so much going on. them in there. Other than that, not too concerned. Single destroyer over there. We'll send the wolf pack. The surface wolf pack. 7 light cruisers. Which ones? Oh yeah, the super fast ones. I'll plug them in right there. Single destroyer, single light cruiser. See if we can intercept the light cruiser. And then we'll get off of Rio de Janeiro. And I think that pretty much settles us. Suppose we can chase down the heavy cruiser in the Red Sea. What are you doing over here? I don't like that. Guess what? I've got implacables to help you decide that is a terrible place to be. And with that, I think we will call it here, but let time roll. So we'll come back next episode in June of 1941. Hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.